The scene opens with a dramatic and ominous view of a canyon, the towering rock faces echoing with the cries of birds. You can feel the tension in the air as the scene is set for something intense. As the camera pans up, the cliffs seem to close in, creating a sense of impending conflict. The shadows play tricks on your mind, and you just know something big is about to go down. Suddenly, a group of birds takes flight, as if sensing the storm that's about to hit. The canyon walls look like they're keeping secrets, and we can't wait to see what they're hiding. Rocks and dust tumble down the cliffs, adding to the suspense. It's like nature itself is holding its breath for what's about to happen. Out of nowhere, a fierce slash cuts through the air, leaving a trail of blood. Things just got real, folks. The blur of motion reveals a skilled fighter, sword in hand, ready to take on anyone who dares to challenge. Sparks fly, and it's clear we're in for an epic showdown. The mysterious figure, with a hint of cheekiness, declares they're too busy for small fry. If you're gonna step up, you better bring your A-game. Meet Chun Ha-jin, the righteous Heavenly Alliance's assassin. With a hood and a whole lot of attitude, he's ready to take on anyone who dares cross his path. Chun Ha-jin stands tall, surrounded by foes. The ground is littered with the fallen, a testament to his deadly skills. But the fight's far from over. Facing a sea of adversaries, one guy's got the nerve to call Chun overconfident. Clearly, he hasn't seen what Chun can do. Challenge accepted. Chun's opponents, hyped up and ready to rumble, vow to show him just how wrong he is. It's about to go down. Charging in with weapons drawn, the group rushes toward Chun Ha-jin. They're not backing down, and neither is he. As they close in, Chun's eyes reveal a steely determination. Amidst the chaos of battle, our mysterious masked warrior is taking on a barrage of purple-clad foes. It's clear he's not here for a tea party as he skillfully dodges and counters their relentless attacks. Even as more purple fighters approach, our warrior seems unfazed, moving with the grace of a seasoned fighter. The ground is littered with defeated foes, yet they keep coming. Swords clash in a flurry of motion, and the air is filled with the cries of the battle. Blood and sweat mix as the masked warrior continues to fend off his attackers with a level of precision that's almost poetic. With a grim determination, he reflects on the countless adversaries he's taken down, the weight of his actions seemingly heavy on his mind. Just how many has he cut down in his path so far? Hands wrapped in cloth grip the hilt of a sword tightly, showcasing the tension in every fiber of the warrior's being. This is not just a fight, it's a struggle for survival. The air is thick with anticipation as another swift move is executed. The masked warrior remains steadfast, every muscle in his body coiled and ready. With a swift and precise motion, the masked fighter takes down yet another enemy, his skill evident in every move. The battlefield is a blur of chaos and violence. As the dust settles, the warrior surveys his surroundings, his eyes searching for the next threat. Blood stains his path, a testament to the ferocity of the battle. He reflects on the endless pursuit by these relentless pursuers, cutting them down one by one, refusing to be pushed back by their overwhelming numbers. The tension peaks as the attackers rally together, determined to bring him down. Despite their numbers, the warrior stands firm, his will unbroken. Has addressed by name Chun Ha-jin and is challenged by the leader of the attackers. They demand his life, but Ha-jin's resolve is unwavering. With a determined grip, Ha-jin's hand tightens around his weapon. The moment is charged with energy as his resolve strengthens. In the midst of this chaos, Ha-jin contemplates the freedom he has long sought after 30 long years, tantalizingly close yet fiercely contested. A step forward, out of the shadows, a mysterious figure cloaked in a dark robe swoops down with a fierce battle cry, ready to unleash some serious chaos. He's got the eyes of a hawk and a resolve made of steel, declaring that those bastards should be the ones to bite the dust. With every swing of his blade, he's one step closer to his freedom, vowing to mow down anyone standing in his way. The battlefield is a frenzy of clashing swords, with our mystery warrior cutting through foes like it's just another Tuesday. Blood spills as he moves with lightning speed, leaving a trail of defeated enemies behind him. Amidst the chaos, the cloaked figure leaps into action, dodging attacks and delivering blows with deadly precision. The air is thick with tension as the fight rages on, the relentless warrior showing no signs of stopping. A voice shouts, "Right now," adding urgency to the already hectic battle. Swords clash, and the words, "Don't let him get away," echo through the chaos. Suddenly, a red flash cuts through the darkness, causing an onlooker to exclaim, "Whoa!" Amidst the bloodbath, a group of stunned opponents stand in disbelief, questioning how this could even be possible. In the midst of the wreckage, the cloaked figure stands tall, ready for whatever comes next. Multiple swords strike at him, but he's unfazed, dodging and weaving. The scene opens with a mysterious figure diving from the sky like a meteor, sword in hand, ready to unleash some serious whoop-ass on an unsuspecting group below. The sheer force of the descent sends shockwaves across the battlefield, leaving everyone in total awe. As the dust settles, the crowd of shadowy figures is left in disbelief, uttering words of shock and fear. One of them exclaims, "Impossible," as they witness the sheer power of this unexpected arrival. Among the hushed murmurs, the identity of the powerful figure is revealed. This isn't just any run-of-the-mill warrior, it's one of the top 10 strongest martial masters in the world. Talk about making an entrance. But wait, there's more. Not only is this person a martial arts powerhouse, but they're also the world's best assassin. Talk about a double whammy of deadly skills. The camera zooms in on the figure, revealing the intense focus in their eyes. It's none other than the legendary assassin king, Chun Hajin, looking all mysterious and badass with a hooded cloak. A burst of light and energy erupts as Chun Hajin's sword strikes the ground, carving a path of destruction through the ranks of foes. It's like a scene straight out of an action-packed blockbuster. The impact of the strike sends shockwaves up a nearby cliff, rocks tumbling down in the aftermath of the epic attack. It's like nature itself is bowing down to the sheer power of Chun Hajin. The dust settles, revealing the devastation left in the wake of the Assassin King's attack. The once intimidating crowd now lies scattered and defeated, their swords and pride shattered. Amidst the chaos, Chun Hajin stands at the epicenter of the destruction, the ground cracked beneath his feet. It's a scene of pure, unadulterated badassery. Despite the triumph, a hint of exhaustion creeps into the Assassin King's demeanor. The relentless pursuit, the constant battles, it seems even legends need a breather sometimes. Clutching his sword, Chun Hajin wonders if the pursuers have finally given up the chase. A moment of introspection in the aftermath of a battle well fought. The scene is intense as a group of warriors scramble through a battlefield. "The Assassin King is over there," they shout, desperate to catch their elusive target. The chaos is real, bodies are strewn everywhere, and the chase is on. With urgency in their voices, the warriors encourage each other. "Go after him! He's already at his limits!" It's a race against time, and the tension is palpable. Our hero, or perhaps anti-hero, Chun Hajin, is feeling the pressure. "Damn it, there's no end to them," he mutters, sweat trickling down his determined face. His blade, now dull and smeared with the remnants of battle, is a testament to the fierce combat that has unfolded. It's a warrior's tale of grit and endurance. Chun Hajin is in disbelief. "I can't believe that I still have this many left to fight, even after I fought until my blade became dull." His frustration is clear, but so is his resolve. Close up on Chun Hajin's face, where sweat mingles with the rain. His eyes, sharp and determined, pierce through the shadows of his hood. This guy means business. His thoughts are conflicted. Do they despise the thought of me being free that much? It's a glimpse into his mind, where freedom is a distant dream, constantly chased by shadows. A trio of warriors, faces blurred in anonymity, stand in his path, swords drawn. They're ready to stop him, but they clearly don't know who they're dealing with. Chun Hajin pushes forward with a simple command, "Don't block my path." His voice is as sharp as his blade, a warning and a promise in one. With blade in hand, he cuts through the air with precision and force. His eyes glow with an intense crimson light, a stark contrast to the dark surroundings. "I'll kill you all." Chun Hajin's voice rings out, a declaration of his intent to fight back with all his might. This is a man pushed to his limits, and he's not holding back. The ground erupts as Chun Hajin unleashes a powerful attack. The sheer force sends enemies flying, creating a whirlwind of energy and chaos. The scene widens to show a massive crowd of adversaries being blown away by Chun Hajin's might. It's a spectacle of power, and the enemy's cries fill the air. An ominous voice acknowledges Chun Hajin's fearsome reputation. "Chun Hajin, Do you know this? You might be the world's best assassin and be called the Assassin King. The scene shifts to a quiet night, the air is thick with tension as we hear the labored breathing of someone who's just been through the ringer. It's like they're catching their breath after a marathon, only this one involved swords and probably some epic slow-mo scenes. A hand tightly grips a sword, stained with the battle's aftermath. This is not your average day at the office, folks. The ground tells stories of chaos and struggle, with bits of rubble scattered around like confetti at a really intense party. More huffing, and a voice that sounds like it's narrating a horror flick points fingers at the warrior, accusing him of killing just because he followed orders. Oh boy, we've got some serious existential crisis vibes here. The scene takes a philosophical turn, questioning what our warrior really knows about life. Spoiler alert, probably not much more than how to swing a sword. Our mysterious warrior walks away from the scene of carnage, the weight of his actions trailing behind like a cape of regret. His sword drips with the evidence of a not-so-great day. The narration doesn't let up, reminding our hero that even the afterworld has some beef with him. Eternity is a long time to hold a grudge. Bodies lay strewn across the ground, a grim reminder of the lives lost. It's like the world's most morbid game of Twister, only nobody's having fun. The narrative continues, rubbing salt into the wound by listing his life and all the people he's killed. That's one way to ruin a good mood. Death is the theme of the day, and our warrior's life seems to be a never-ending cycle of it. Someone needs a vacation. The void swallows the scene, leaving nothing but darkness and an ominous silence. It's like the universe hit the mute button. Fancy calligraphy dances across the screen, marking the transition into this intense tale. It's like the opening credits of a blockbuster. The credits roll, giving a nod to the creators of this epic saga. Code Zero, you've crafted quite the roller coaster. Enter the face of an old man, his expression a mix of surprise and terror. Whatever he's looking at, it's not puppy dogs and rainbows. A bloody hand clutches a wound, red dripping like a leaky faucet. This isn't ketchup, folks. Someone's had a bad day. A hand rests on the blood-soaked ground, while an ominous spearhead gleams with malice nearby. It's a last man standing kind of situation. Amidst the chaos, a singular thought breaks through. I must survive. Our warrior's resolve is as sharp as his sword, determined to live another day. A mysterious figure, cloaked and wounded, clutches the ground as blood pours from his body. This scene is as tense as watching a ninja movie in slow motion. The sword lies abandoned, hinting at a fierce battle that our protagonist, Chun Ha-jin, has barely survived. Chun Ha-jin's thoughts reveal a life of servitude under the Heavenly Alliance, his inner voice cursing the righteous bastards who used him like a pawn. Sounds like this dude's had enough of being the underdog. Despite the blurred face, the presence of a determined spirit is clear. Chun Ha-jin, an older warrior with striking white hair, seems to be in a moment of desperation, a fighter who refuses to give up. His hands, wrapped in bandages, show signs of a recent struggle. He's free now, having cut off the ropes that enslaved him. You can almost hear a freedom anthem playing in the background. Chun Ha-jin urges himself to get a grip, pushing through the pain and exhaustion. His inner dialogue is like a pep talk on steroids. Get a grip, Chun Ha-jin. He grimaces, blood trickling from his mouth, but there's a fierce determination in his eyes. This guy's not just any warrior, he's a seasoned veteran with a grudge. A dark shape crashes to the ground, a testament to the violence of the recent battle. The scene's as dramatic as a rock concert pyrotechnics gone wrong. A shadowy figure grips a blood-stained sword, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The tension's thick enough to cut with a blade. In the darkness, a single sound pierces through, echoing the silence, as if announcing the next move in this deadly game. The forest looms ahead, its branches whispering secrets of the night. The shadowy figure moves stealthily, a silent predator in the moonlit woods. Encouragement echoes in the darkness. You're almost there, urging Chun Ha-jin to push through the pain and exhaustion. Chun Ha-jin's face is a mix of grit and determination, sweat and blood, marking his fierce expression. This warrior's not backing down anytime soon. With every step, his resolve strengthens. A little more, just a little more, he tells himself, driven by the promise of a secret sanctuary. A secluded hut, hidden in the foliage, holds the key to his survival. Elixirs and herbs promise to heal his wounds and restore his energy. As hope surges within him, Chunhajin dreams of true freedom, a life without chains or masters. Chunhajin races through the forest. In the darkness, a voice urges, "Hang in there, a little more," hinting at a struggle that has yet to unfold. The scene shifts to a foggy forest, with the sound of rustling leaves adding to the eerie atmosphere. Someone's breath is heavy, hinting at exhaustion or fear. On the ground, an older man lies panting heavily, clearly worn out from some unseen ordeal. His attire is that of a warrior, suggesting he's seen his fair share of battles. Despite his injuries, the man's mind wanders to his rumbling stomach. He muses that before tending to his wounds, he might just lose his mind from hunger. Reflecting on his dire situation, he can't believe he survived on just a few pieces of beef jerky over the past week. That's some serious survival mode. A close-up of his determined yet weary eyes reveals his singular thought, "I'm really hungry." Amidst the hunger pangs, he dreams of feasting on dumplings. Talk about having your priorities straight. The moon casts a pale glow, and suddenly the quiet is shattered. A shadowy figure swoops through the trees, moving with a swiftness and silence that could give Batman a run for his money. With blinding speed, the old man springs into action, his sword slicing through the air in a defensive stance. The intensity of the moment is palpable as the two figures clash, their movements a blur of motion. Amidst the chaos, the sound of their fierce confrontation echoes off the rocky terrain. Rocks shatter and debris flies as the battle escalates, the sheer force of their skills on full display. Amidst the chaos, the old man is stunned, realizing the stealth technique used was beyond even his own expertise. The world's best assassin caught off guard? Now that's saying something. With a grimace, the old man braces himself for the pain as the force of the attack hits him hard. The scene opens with an enigmatic figure, shrouded in a flowing black cloak, eyes glowing like neon lights in the dark. This mysterious being seems to be conjuring some serious mojo, surrounded by a swirling, ethereal blue energy. It's like he's about to drop the hottest mixtape of the century, but it's actually a showdown of epic proportions. The camera pans to a vast, empty space, reminiscent of an eerie void. The silence is palpable, as if the universe is holding its breath, waiting for the clash of titans to commence. The cloaked figure leaps into action, sword in hand, slicing through the air like a hot knife through butter. The ominous energy follows him, crackling with intensity as if the laws of physics just took a day off. And then we meet the challenger, a rugged, silver-haired warrior, battle-hardened and ready to tango. He too wields a sword, his expression grim as he sails through the air, locked in combat with our mysterious stranger. Earth and stone crumble beneath the force of their conflict. It's like they're playing an intense game of Jenga, but with mountains instead of wooden blocks. The silver-haired swordsman pauses for a split second, his eyes widening in shock. What he sees is enough to make even the bravest warrior gulp. The cloaked figure's technique is something straight out of legend. Before he can fully process his awe, the cloaked figure surges forward, a blur of motion and energy. This isn't just a fight, it's a dance of destruction, and the music is a deadly symphony of steel. Back to the void, the silence returns, as if the world is reeling from the shockwaves of the battle. The cloaked figure is airborne, performing an acrobatic maneuver that would make any gymnast jealous. His sword gleams, cutting through the heavens with a trail of light. A beam of energy slices through the landscape, a testament to the cloaked figure's overwhelming martial prowess. It's like a light show at a rock concert, but with a bit more risk to life and limb. The ground shatters beneath the power, debris flying as if trying to escape the chaos unfolding above. Amidst the aftermath, the forest trembles, trees falling like dominoes, testament to the unbelievable power wielded by the cloaked figure. The swordsman is left speechless, his mind racing as he comprehends the force that could decimate a forest. The scene opens with the swift movement of a figure, their foot landing firmly on the ground, as if they're about to engage in some serious business. In a thought bubble, the legend unfolds. This character is the strongest assassin in the southern Central Plains, a title that doesn't come easy. Meet the Death Lord, a man with a face that tells stories of countless battles, his hair and beard a snowy white, eyes sharp with intent. The stage is set, the environment an ominous backdrop of towering trees and dense shadows hinting at the impending confrontation. The Death Lord contemplates the chase by the righteous Heavenly Alliance, understanding their motives as he strides with determination. From a bird's-eye view, we see him alone in the wilderness, a lone warrior ready to face whatever comes his way. The plot thickens as he acknowledges the unexpected intervention of the Steel Blood Fortress and the Steel King's 8 elites. An opponent steps up, challenging the Death Lord's reputation, questioning if fatigue would diminish his prowess after previous battles. The tension is palpable as the challenger taunts the Death Lord, their words cutting like daggers, with the confrontation reaching a boiling point. The Death Lord's gaze is intense, his resolve unyielding, as sweat trickles down his face, ready for the fight despite exhaustion. A dramatic pause, as the air is thick with anticipation, the sound of a heartbeat echoing in the silence. Eyes meet, filled with fiery determination. The opponent's eyes, a stark contrast of red and white, speak volumes of the brewing storm. The sound of a powerful attack shatters the silence, a loud kia echoing through the air. The energy of the clash swirls in a dramatic arc, the force so powerful it cuts through the night sky. The scene captures the raw, untamed energy of the duel, a whirlwind of power and skill as the combatants push their limits. The scene kicks off with a mysterious figure, his face shrouded in shadows, charging forward with an intense gaze. The air crackles with tension as this cloaked warrior prepares to unleash a powerful attack. As the battle intensifies, the mysterious warrior's assault is met with fierce resistance. We see the determined face of his opponent, an older man with a strong jawline and grizzled beard, eyes wide in concentration as he braces for impact. The clash of warriors fills the air with energy, both combatants moving with incredible speed and precision. The mysterious figure seems to blur as he attempts to outmaneuver his opponent. With a burst of speed, the older warrior launches a decisive counterattack. His sword slices through the air with a brilliant flash, leaving a trail of sparks in its wake. The blade meets its mark, and we see the aftermath of the powerful strike. The scene is filled with the silence of the aftermath, as the older warrior stands victorious, his sword dripping with the blood of his fallen adversary. As the dust settles, the older warrior stands tall, raising his sword high in triumph, blood dripping from the blade. The defeated warrior's body falls lifeless to the ground. From below, we see a hand reaching up, perhaps in a final act of desperation or surrender, as the victor watches from above, his expression a mix of relief and exhaustion. The battle seems to have ended. We see a close-up of the ground, littered with the signs of the fierce struggle that just took place. The older warrior takes a step forward, his movements deliberate and steady, as he surveys the aftermath of the battle, his resolve unshaken. The scene shifts to a new setting, where a figure in a wide-brimmed hat and cloak strides confidently forward, leaving the battleground behind. In the distance, another warrior kneels, perhaps contemplating the recent events. Back on the battlefield, the mysterious warrior lies defeated, blood pooling beneath him, his once fierce presence now silent and still. The camera pans to the bloodied sword, resting on the ground, a grim testament to the brutal encounter that unfolded. The final image shows a dismembered hand reaching out in vain. In the back, the scene opens with a lone figure, cloaked and armed, standing in a misty forest. His face is blurred, but there's an air of determination about him as he grips a sword, ready for action. Focus shifts to the man's face, revealing sweat dripping down as tension builds. His brows furrow, indicating he's waiting for something, or someone. The silence is broken as he speaks. If you're done watching the show, a bold challenge directed at his unseen opponent, suggesting that he's aware of being observed. With resolve, he continues, "How about coming out already?" His demand echoes in the eerie quiet, showing he's ready for a confrontation. The atmosphere crackles with energy as pink lightning dances across the scene, hinting at a powerful presence emerging. An ominous energy fills the air, wrapping around the trees like tendrils, as if the forest itself is coming alive. With a knowing look, the warrior identifies his foe, Secret Demon Queen. It's clear now who he's been waiting for. A voice responds from the shadows, dripping with sarcasm. "What an honor it is for you to still remember me. Has it been around 6 years?" The Secret Demon Queen materializes, shrouded in mystical energy. Her identity is concealed by a blur, but her presence is powerful and commanding. The warrior, Chunhajin, is greeted by the secret demon queen, her voice carrying a mix of familiarity and threat. Long time no see, Chunhajin. Her face remains obscured, adding to the mystery surrounding her true identity and intentions. The scene shifts to a desolate, moonlit canyon, adding to the mysterious and tense atmosphere of the encounter. The canyon's towering cliffs loom under the moonlight, setting a haunting backdrop for the events unfolding. The aftermath of a battle is revealed, with Chunhajin and others surveying the scene. Bodies lie strewn about, a grim testament to the conflict that took place. The ground is littered with fallen warriors, their lifeless forms a stark contrast to the earlier confrontation, underscoring the stakes of this mystical encounter. The tension is palpable as a hand reaches out to a figure identified as the First Elder, his back marked by a fierce tiger symbol, suggesting an allegiance or clan. A dark revelation unfolds as it is disclosed that all the corpses strewn across the area were once martial masters of the Steel Blood Fortress. Talk about a major takedown. Amidst the grim setting, a character stands out with a poised stance, holding a weapon, perhaps the harbinger of the massacre. As the moon casts its eerie glow, two figures emerge, a white-haired elder and a mysterious cloaked individual. It's a classic nighttime showdown vibe. The white-haired elder is revealed to be none other than Jung Il-ryong, the first elder of the Righteous Heavenly Alliance. Cue the dramatic music. Jung Il-ryong is in disbelief that someone could bypass their inescapable net formation and take down so many of the Steel Blood Fortress martial masters. Who could pull off such a feat? The name Chunhajin echoes, a notorious figure living up to the title of Assassin King, clearly someone not to be trifled with. In the darkness, a hand raises, commanding attention and signaling action. The plot thickens. Followers kneel in respect or fear before Jung Il-ryong, setting the stage for what seems to be a gathering of formidable forces. Mounted on a horse, a cloaked figure joins the scene, adding to the air of mystery and anticipation. With a commanding shout, Jung Il-ryong orders his followers to track the death energy of the secret demon queen. Sounds like a plan that's bound to be intense. The mission is clear. They must find Chunhajin where the secret demon queen's energy leads. In the eerie glow of the night, a lone figure stands firm, sword in hand, ready for action. The scene is tense as a mysterious figure approaches, shrouded in a pink aura, their identity concealed for now. The air crackles with energy as the mysterious figure, now revealed as the secret demon queen, stands poised with an aura of power. Her presence alone sends chills down the spine. A revelation hits like a thunderbolt. The secret demon queen is none other than Kwak Sokyo, a name that strikes fear and respect in equal measure. A rugged, experienced warrior, Chunhajin recognizes the formidable presence before him, sweat trickling down his face as he grapples with the daunting reality. With a mocking tone, the secret demon queen recalls their last encounter, highlighting the passage of 6 years since their paths last crossed. Her graceful yet deadly form becomes evident as the pink aura swirls around her, accentuating her mystique and lethal charm. Addressing Chunhajin directly, the queen acknowledges their shared history, her words dripping with a sinister familiarity. Her lips form a knowing smile, hinting at the complex layers beneath her serene facade. The truth about Kwak Sokyo comes to light. Her youthful looks are a facade, maintained by a rejuvenation technique, masking her true age of over 60 years. Despite her delicate appearance, Kwak Sokyo is a merciless killer, her true nature hidden beneath her innocent visage. Chunhajin contemplates the dire situation, realizing the extreme measures his enemies have taken by involving such a dangerous adversary. His thoughts race as he comprehends the full extent of the threat posed by the secret demon queen, questioning the lengths his foes will go. Frustration boils over as Chunhajin curses under his breath, the gravity of the situation weighing heavily on him. Gripping his sword with determination, he resolves to unveil his final strategy, a last-ditch effort to turn the tide. Kwak Sokyo's voice cuts through the tension, expressing her disappointment over his aggressive stance, given their special relationship. Her enigmatic smile lingers as she teases Chun. Meet our gruff hero, a white-haired warrior with a chip on his shoulder, dismissing any special relationship nonsense with the Demon Queen. He stands, blood-stained sword in hand, challenging the Demon Queen to stop her babbling. The Demon Queen, dressed in ethereal robes, chuckles at his bravado, doubting hell last many strikes in his condition. She suggests an easier way out, but our warrior's not having it. With determination in his eyes, the warrior prepares for the fight, ready to prove his mettle. He jabs at the queen, calling her a 60-year-old grandma, promising to pull her spine out if she continues. Her face, a mix of beauty and anger, signals she's not amused. Our warrior, undeterred, sarcastically comments on her sensitivity to age. He throws another grandma her way, clearly poking the bear. Her temper flares, calling him a bastard in a fit of rage. The queen grits her teeth, the tension between them electric. Her face, though blurred, reveals a mix of fury and determination. Back to our warrior, who is sweating bullets as he processes her presence. He acknowledges her past as the best assassin of the righteous Heavenly Alliance, and her current allegiance with the Steel Blood Fortress. She counters, noting his disgustingly pure energy, unmistakably linked to the Great Nine Sects. In this electrifying moment, our mysterious lady with fierce eyes questions how her opponent managed to slay all the masters. She's flabbergasted by the skill displayed, acknowledging the proficiency in the Nine Sects' martial prowess. Our mysterious lady isn't done yet, slyly noting that the hidden prowess has been mastered as well. There's a mix of admiration and skepticism in her voice. The scene cuts to a shadowy figure brandishing a blade, unimpressed by the chatter. This figure prefers action over words, hinting at a bloody history. The shadowy figure stands firm, sword ready, surrounded by an ominous aura. It's clear this character means business. Revealing more of the plot, the shadowy figure accuses the mysterious lady of seeking the hidden martial prowess of the Nine Sects and secrets of the righteous Heavenly Alliance. Intrigue levels are off the charts. Despite the blurred face, our mysterious figure's sharp demeanor suggests they're not easily intimidated. The mysterious lady's fierce expression softens, realizing the opponent's intelligence. She acknowledges that she underestimated them, thinking they were just a murderous assassin. With a fallen figure lying on the ground, the mysterious lady delivers a scathing observation, addressing her opponent as the Demon Queen. In a twist, the mysterious lady accuses the Demon Queen of having no intention of sharing secrets with the Steel Blood Fortress. Seems like trust is hard to come by in this world. The Demon Queen admits to her curiosity, confessing she doesn't need the Steel Blood Fortress request or the righteous Heavenly Alliance's secrets. The Demon Queen is clear about her desires. She wants the martial prowess of the Nine Sects and isn't afraid to say it. A shadowy emblem and a group of warriors form a backdrop as the Demon Queen offers a deal. Reveal the martial prowess secrets and life will be spared. The stakes are high. The shadowy figure is caught in a dilemma, pondering whether the deal is fair. The tension is thick and sweat beads on the brow. Why are there so many disloyal scum in the Great Lakes? Our mysterious warrior with white hair and a serious vibe questions the loyalty of those around him. He's got a big sword and an even bigger attitude, ready to swing at any moment. It's not a fair trade. I'm already dying. Our unknown character laments their fate, clearly aware of an impending doom. The stakes are high, and it seems like they're willing to gamble it all. Ah, is it because of the blood parasite? A new voice enters the scene, hinting at a sinister reason behind the unfolding drama. The mention of a blood parasite sends shivers down the spine. A close-up of lips hints at more revelations to come. The tension is palpable, and it's clear that whoever is speaking knows more than they're letting on. An exclamation mark suggests surprise or shock as the narrative continues, focusing on the mysterious blood parasite. The blood parasite. The ominous repetition of this phrase indicates its importance in the unfolding drama, and it seems to be at the heart of the conflict. It is the end to all those who betray the righteous Heavenly Alliance. The message is clear. Betrayal will not be tolerated, and the blood parasite is the enforcer of this brutal justice. The blood parasite in your bodies will relay judgment of your betrayal, a grim reminder of the consequences as it becomes apparent that this parasite is more than just a threat. I saved your life, and you have forsaken my mercy. The tension builds as a past favor is brought to light, highlighting the personal nature of this conflict. A close-up of an intense eye reveals the emotional turmoil and determination of the character, underscoring the gravity of the situation. Your life and death is solely possessed by the leader of the righteous heavenly alliance. The stakes are sky-high, with ultimate control resting in the hands of this shadowy leader. The image of a terrifying parasite looms large, embodying the fear and control exerted by the righteous heavenly alliance. Chunhajin, you will never be able to forsake the righteous heavenly alliance. The name Chunhajin is called out, adding a personal touch to the tale of betrayal and allegiance. Yes, about the blood parasite. As long as I get rid of it, you won't have to worry about the righteous heavenly alliance anymore. A plan is revealed, hinting at a possible escape from this deadly web. Whether you expose the 9 sects' hidden martial prowess or any other secrets. In the midst of a shadowy forest, a mysterious figure with flowing robes and glowing hands reveals their vast knowledge of the demonic arts, boasting about their mastery of toxins and poisons. Talk about a resume. The figure offers a proposition, claiming their demonic prowess could cleanse a blood parasite from the body of their listener. Sounds like a magical detox plan. Enter the scene, an old warrior with a grizzled face marked by battle scars and wisdom lines. Has sweating bullets, which is understandable given the conversation. Then comes the tempting offer, a chance for freedom, just dangling in front of the old warrior like a carrot on a stick. The figure continues, laying down their terms. They'll set the old man free if he spills the beans on the 9 sects' martial prowess. The mysterious figure's face breaks into a sly grin, clearly satisfied with the negotiation going on. A sudden laugh, almost escapes, breaking the tension like a pin to a balloon. The mysterious figure seems taken aback, a bit confused by the unexpected humor. The old warrior, with a smirk, questions if the Heavenly Alliance is after him just because he bolted. An interesting twist. The mysterious figure is caught off guard, exclaiming with surprise, realizing there's more to the old warrior than meets the eye. The figure then reveals they're among the top 10 martial masters, flexing their credentials like a VIP badge. The old warrior's face is a picture of mixed emotions, with a bead of sweat tracing his cheek as he listens. He calmly reveals he already learned how to ditch the blood parasite 5 years ago, but needed to level up to escape a tricky situation. On the ground lies, and it took me quite a long time in order to train for it. Our mysterious character, probably an old sage or a seasoned warrior, reminisces about the grueling hours, days, and perhaps years spent honing a skill that's clearly no joke. The kind of training that turns your hair gray and your patience thinner than a slice of pizza. I thought I had nearly achieved it. The character reflects with a hint of regret and frustration. Just when success seemed within reach, like when you think you've reached the end of a Netflix series, only to find out there's another season. You're going to let me live if I provide you with the martial prowess of the 9 sects? The stakes are high in this game of life and death, where martial prowess is the currency and bargaining chip. It's like negotiating with a used car dealer, but instead of a car, you're fighting for your life. Stop uttering such bullshit. Enters a fierce lady who is clearly not buying any of the nonsense being spewed. She's got the sass and the attitude to match, ready to call out any BS with the fierceness of a Twitter debate. You think I don't know your detestable nature? I've had 30 years of my life taken away by those bastards. The air thickens with accusations and a history of betrayal. 30 years is a long time to hold a grudge, folks, and this guy's clearly been simmering with resentment like a slow-cooked stew. I will no longer be fooled by anyone else. Our character has reached their boiling point, and they're done with the lies and deceit. It's a declaration of independence, but without the fireworks or national holiday. Get out of my sight. The anger is palpable, and there's no room for pleasantries. When someone tells you to get out of their sight, it's time to skedaddle faster than a cat that's just been sprayed with water. If you choose to run off now, you can at least spare your disgusting life. The ultimatum is laid out clear as day. It's like being offered a one-way ticket out of a nightmare, but who knows what horrors await on the other side. How dare you say such a thing when you're nearly dead? Challenges the fierce lady, who is clearly not intimidated by the bluster. She's got the eyes of a hawk and the determination of a bulldog. No need to worry about that. The ominous words hang in the air, leaving us wondering what fate awaits our characters. It's like the suspenseful ending to a thriller movie, where you just know the credits are about to roll, but you're left on the edge of your seat. The scene opens with a bold declaration: "I'm not a pitiful fool like you," setting the stage for a confrontation that's anything but friendly. With a hand raised in defiance, another ominous warning follows: "I've never let anyone live after insulting me." Clearly, someone is not here to play nice. Now we see the eyes of a defiant woman, challenging her opponent. "You're not going to teach me the martial prowess, right? That's what your eyes tell me." It's a stare down that could melt glaciers. She continues with a slight smirk: "It's not like your eyes are telling me you'll survive this." Talk about confidence, or maybe just a really good poker face. Enter the mysterious warrior, clutching a sword that seems to crackle with power. Who is this masked figure ready to throw down? The sword glows ominously as it is drawn. The tension is palpable. Looks like things are about to get heated. Then, with a shout, "Then die, you useless fucker." The stakes are high, and there is no backing down. Her face contorted in rage, the fierce woman screams back. Clearly, this isn't her first rodeo. Another voice retorts: "You die, you fucking grandma." This battle of words is as fiery as the impending clash. A determined face emerges, sweat glistening on his brow, ready to face whatever comes. The blackness of night is pierced by the sound of battle, a prelude to the chaos about to unfold. The clash is cataclysmic. Blue and red energies collide in a spectacular display of power. Darkness engulfs the scene, as the forces unleashed threaten to consume everything. An explosion erupts, a brilliant burst of light and sound, shaking the very foundations of the world. As the dust settles, a fiery column of energy shoots skyward, the aftermath of a battle of titans. The combatant stands amidst the chaos, a testament to their power and the devastation wrought. Debris flies everywhere as the shockwave from their encounter ripples outward, leaving a path of destruction in its wake. The page bursts with explosive energy and debris flying in all directions, setting the stage for an epic confrontation. The swirling energy intensifies, indicating that some serious power is being unleashed here. The scene shifts to reveal two warriors facing off in the eye of the storm, their silhouettes barely visible through the tumult. As the dust settles, one of the combatants is seen wielding a huge sword, ready to strike with deadly precision. A close-up reveals a masked warrior, seemingly unfazed by the chaos, standing firm as if commanding the winds themselves. Blood splatters across the scene, signaling a brutal hit has landed in this high-stakes duel. A cry of pain echoes: "Cook! Someone is definitely not having a good day." The expression of agony is captured in a close-up, sweat and tears mingling in a moment of sheer desperation. Enter the first elder, whose presence alone seems to command the battlefield, his flowing white hair and glowing eyes screaming, "I'm the boss here." The elder's swift movement creates a trail of energy, making even the seasoned fighters take a step back. One of the combatants takes a nasty hit, blood gushing, and the elder's arrival clearly shaking up the dynamics. The elder's piercing gaze and glowing eyes prompt a stunned reaction from the other characters. The first elder: "Since when did he get here?" Another brutal blow lands, sending one of the fighters reeling, blood painting the scene in vivid red. An H escapes from the lips of a warrior as the relentless assault continues, their endurance pushed to the limits. Finally, the skirmish reaches a crescendo as a sword swing cuts through the air, the clash of steel resonating as the first panel showcases an older man with a rugged face, eyes wide with shock and sweat dripping from his brow. His expression is a mixture of fear and anger as he seems to be caught in a critical moment. The battle cry "Koog" echoes through the scene as the sound of clashing and intense confrontation fills the air, creating a tense atmosphere. A swift, powerful strike is delivered by a fierce warrior in flowing robes, their hair trailing behind them like a cape of doom, as they descend upon their opponent with merciless force. The aftermath of the strike is brutal, with blood splattering across the scene, marking the intensity of the blow. More blood drips down, painting a vivid picture of the violence that has unfolded. As the scene starts to slow down, blood continues to trickle, creating an eerie calm amidst the chaos, as the consequences of the battle become painfully clear. The older man's face is drenched in sweat, his brows furrowed in pain and disbelief as the realization of his injuries sets in. From a distance, two figures stand victorious. One wields a deadly blade, while the other looks on with satisfaction as the defeated opponent lies on the ground. The older man's body is shown in disarray, his limbs lost in the fight, a testament to the harshness of the battle. Blood pours from his mouth, a stark reminder of his critical condition as he struggles to remain upright. Blood pools at his feet, a grim reminder of his defeat as he kneels in surrender to his overpowering adversary. The scene cuts to a blurred figure, engulfed in red, as a voice taunts the defeated man, reveling in his current state. The voice continues, mocking the older man's loss of limbs, creating a chilling atmosphere as the victor stands over the vanquished. A sinister figure, cloaked in white robes, smirks down at the older man, clearly enjoying the suffering they've inflicted. The taunting continues, with a dark promise to pluck the man's head off, adding insult to injury. The tension is palpable as we zoom in on a man's face, his eyes wide open, reflecting sheer terror. It's as if he's just seen a ghost, or maybe something much worse. Cut to the next scene, and we meet a mysterious woman. Her hair flows like a dark river, and there's something chilling about her calmness. Whatever she's about to do, it can't be good. Her twisted smile says it all. She's not here to play nice. Her words cut through the silence like a knife, so that you may never utter anything else ever again. Yikes. Talk about a bad day at the office. The intensity grows as the darkness takes over the scene, leaving us on the edge of our seats. The macabre dance continues as the woman stands victorious over a cloaked figure. It's like a disturbing piece of art that you can't look away from. With a laugh that echoes through the void, she revels in her triumph, her face painted with the aftermath of her deed. Her voice drips with venom, crawl around in hell like a parasite. Clearly, she's not one for subtlety. The scene zooms out to reveal the spectacle to an unseen crowd, her laughter still ringing in the air. It's a moment where the world feels both large and incredibly small. The laughter fades into the darkness, leaving a haunting echo. As the darkness envelops us, a question pierces through. Is this wretched moment the last sight before my death? It's like a bad existential crisis, but with more blood. Amidst the chaos, a voice yearns for a simple life. Just a regular Joe living a regular life. Seems like a lot to ask in this world. A fleeting thought, a dream of normality, drifts through the scene. If only life were that simple. The desire to be ordinary, to be human, hangs heavy in the air. It's the universal struggle, isn't it? The weight of the universe presses down with the question, is that so impossible? Welcome to the stunning landscape of the heavenly demon divine cult's main sanctuary, where peace and tranquility envelop the surroundings like a warm embrace. As the camera pans across the sanctuary, we get a glimpse of the mysterious and ancient architecture that holds secrets untold. In the heart of the sanctuary, we find a figure resting, perhaps contemplating life, the universe, or just what they had for dinner last night. A close-up of a hand, slightly trembling, hints at the internal struggle, or perhaps a vivid dream that our mysterious figure is experiencing. The serene expression of the resting individual suggests a deep slumber, or a moment of much-needed respite. As thoughts swirl in the air, a whisper of "if I" lingers, hinting at unfulfilled desires or regrets. With a determined expression, the thought continues, we're to get another chance, suggesting a yearning for a fresh start or a do-over. With an intense burst of energy, the mysterious figure jolts awake, as if ready to seize that second chance with both hands. Standing tall and bare, the figure seems reborn, bathed in a radiant light as if answering a call from destiny. Amidst the awakening, cryptic symbols appear, hinting at secrets and powers unknown, ready to unravel. The scene opens with a lone figure, cloaked and armed, standing in a misty forest. His face is blurred, but there's an air of determination about him as he grips a sword, ready for action. Focus shifts to the man's face, revealing sweat dripping down as tension builds. His brows furrow, indicating he's waiting for something, or someone. The silence is broken as he speaks. If you're done watching the show, a bold challenge directed at his unseen opponent, suggesting that he's aware of being observed. With resolve, he continues, "How about coming out already? His demand echoes in the eerie quiet, showing he's ready for a confrontation. The atmosphere crackles with energy as pink lightning dances across the scene, hinting at a powerful presence emerging. An ominous energy fills the air, wrapping around the trees like tendrils, as if the forest itself is coming alive. With a knowing look, the warrior identifies his foe, Secret Demon Queen. It's clear now who he's been waiting for. A voice responds from the shadows, dripping with sarcasm. "What an honor it is for you to still remember me. Has it been around 6 years?" The Secret Demon Queen materializes, shrouded in mystical energy. Her identity is concealed by a blur, but her presence is powerful and commanding. The warrior, Chunhajin, is greeted by the Secret Demon Queen, her voice carrying a mix of familiarity and threat. "Long time no see, Chunhajin." Her face remains obscured, adding to the mystery surrounding her true identity and intentions. The scene shifts to a desolate, moonlit canyon, adding to the mysterious and tense atmosphere of the encounter. The canyon's towering cliffs loom under the moonlight, setting a haunting backdrop for the events unfolding. The aftermath of a battle is revealed, with Chunhajin and others surveying the scene. Bodies lie strewn about, a grim testament to the conflict that took place. The ground is littered with fallen warriors, their lifeless forms a stark contrast to the earlier confrontation, underscoring the stakes of this mystical encounter. The tension is palpable as a hand reaches out to a figure identified as the First Elder, his back marked by a fierce tiger symbol, suggesting an allegiance or clan. A dark revelation unfolds as it is disclosed that all the corpses strewn across the area were once martial masters of the Steel Blood Fortress. Talk about a major takedown. Amidst the grim setting, a character stands out with a poised stance, holding a weapon, perhaps the harbinger of the massacre. As the moon casts its eerie glow, two figures emerge, a white-haired elder and a mysterious cloaked individual. It's a classic nighttime showdown vibe. The white-haired elder is revealed to be none other than Jung Il-ryong, the first elder of the Righteous Heavenly Alliance. Cue the dramatic music. Jung Il-ryong is in disbelief that someone could bypass their inescapable net formation and take down so many of the Steel Blood Fortress martial masters. Who could pull off such a feat? The name Chunhajin echoes, a notorious figure living up to the title of Assassin King, clearly someone not to be trifled with. In the darkness, a hand raises, commanding attention and signaling action. The plot thickens. Followers kneel in respect or fear before Jung Il-ryong, setting the stage for what seems to be a gathering of formidable forces. Mounted on a horse, a cloaked figure joins the scene, adding to the air of mystery and anticipation. With a commanding shout, Jung Il-ryong orders his followers to track the death energy of the Secret Demon Queen. Sounds like a plan that's bound to be intense. The mission is clear. They must find Chunhajin where the Secret Demon Queen's energy leads